This is For What It's Worth, the world's first Mary Worth podcast. Sam and Eric use coarse language, and if you are offended by coarse language, please save yourself some trouble and cover your ears.
Hello, welcome to For What It's Worth, the world's first and only podcast about the newspaper comic strip Mary Worth. I'm Sam.
I'm Eric.
Let's sound even more phony as the show goes on.
Alright, sounds good.
Hey Eric, happy Easter.
Oh, same to you. What did you get?
My
From the Easter Bunny.
My mom gave me $40 and a Spider-Man bowl and plate.
Oh, wow. You sound like you must feel like old King Cole over there.
With my plate and my bowl.
Yep.
Were you a good boy this year?
Yes.
What did the Easter Bunny bring you?
He gave me a really rude Bart doll, and he blows a whistle when you squeeze on his tummy.
That's so rude.
It's the rudest. Why would he do that?
That Bart Simpson blowing his whistle during class when he's skating board down the street and writing on the chalkboard.
And Principal Skinner, he's really upset about it.
And then Superintendent Chalmers comes into the room and goes, Skinner! Simpsons references.
Mr. Skinner hates whistles. Everyone knows that.
Springfield Elementary is a whistle-free zone.
All right.
The crossing guards don't even have them.
Assholes. All right, so...
Should we talk about some Mary Worth?
Nah, that's fine.
Yeah, let's just skip Mary Worth this week. Let's make our podcast about Star Wars merchandising.
No.
No?
I'm kidding. Let's get Let's get reading this week's strips. Dum-dum.
Alright. So we're starting on Monday. Monday's strip came out on Monday, April 2nd.
Yeah, it did.
2012. That's Groundhog Day in some parts of the world.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know. They're those parts of the world that are 2 months behind us.
I kind of feel like I'm in Groundhog's Day, because I swear we've already read this panel.
We did, on Sunday, in fact, as you recall.
Oh, okay.
But, Mary and Jeff watch a televangelist apologize on television. I am sorry.
Do you believe people can be compelled to truly change?
Yes. Now, before we continue, the geography of Mary's living room, or Dr. Jeff's living room, has been anything but consistent.
Or the living room of the family that they broke into their house.
The family's just chopped up in the bathtub.
Who knows where this goddamn place is?
Part of the reason I like Mary Worth so much is because the backgrounds change, and it's like this sort of influid feeling that you get from like having a dream.
Yeah.
Like every week in Mary Worth is like a new David Lynch movie.
Or it's like a highlights magazine where you have to point the differences out on the covers.
It's a fun game, but not nearly as fun as the highlights magazine.
No.
Because I don't think the differences in Mary Worth are quite intentional, and
Yeah,
it makes me worry about poor Joe.
That makes it even more exciting. Because they're unintentional.
Jeff has passed his white cylinder to Mary.
Yep.
He's finished with the cylinder.
It's the talking cylinder.
There's a Lord of the Flies thing going on in this living room.
Like in interventions where you pass around something so everyone gets a chance to talk.
Oh, yeah, it's like there's a feather. And now Mary Worth is going to read her intervention letter to Dr. Jeff.
No, they're to Johnny Thomas.
A person can have an epiphany within 5 minutes. You don't need to spend years being lost, but something usually has to trigger it. Just the joy on Mary's face as she's pointing out the flaws of others.
Jeff looks very pensive about what Mary just said.
It's the whole half face covered in shadow thing going on.
And the highlighted trigger. Jeff's afraid, fearing for his life right now.
Mary's going to reach into her purse and pull out a small pistol. Now walk, Dr. Jeff Corey. Act natural.
All right.
Tuesday. It has happened to me, and I've seen it happen to others. A significant event that gives people clarity.
Significant event? Like what?
Like a debilitating injury or the loss of a child.
What?
Wait, that's not in there. It's very individual. It may seem... Whoa, hang on. It's very individual. It may even be seemingly inconsequential words that trigger a wake-up call.
I suppose. It can only happen when a person is ready to change.
What was that voice?
I don't know.
Eric, you just... I thought my Mary Worth voice was creepy, but goodness sakes.
Mary Worth's rubbing on Dr. Jeff. He's picking up on
the
her.
Screen.
He's picking up on her sinister tone.
The screen in the first panel, Eric.
Yeah?
I want to know what Johnny Thomas is smiling about.
Yeah, he's pretty happy about this whole adultery issue going on here.
He's like, whew, I cried on TV, off the hook.
Like, we're still rolling, sir. Oh, shit.
Oh gosh. Praise the Lord. Turn that fucking thing off.
He's very happy.
That's how you get out of any situation that looks bad. Just say, praise the Lord, and then extricate yourself from the situation.
Get out of there.
Just cut your losses and run. It's over, dude.
All right.
Wednesday? When I look back at the mistakes I made when I was younger, I can see the turning points at each juncture in my life. Oh, was I supposed to keep going?
Yep.
Or were you going to read Dr. Jeff's facial expression as he stares at Mary?
But
at the time, I could only act with what little I knew. I wish I had the mind I have now, with the youth I had then.
You and me both, there.
Jeff, follow me out to the car. We're going to find the fountain of youth.
Isn't that a song, though? I wish I had the mind I have now with the youth I had then.
When I was younger.
I think that's how it goes, right?
Yeah. That's a really good tune, by the way.
Oh, man.
Mary seeking the fountain of youth. I could see her being like the villain in an Indiana Jones movie.
Yes. She's like that Nazi woman. Or whatever the hell she was.
She was Russian.
Oh, right.
And you know what I always say, Eric? Don't be Russian. These things take time.
Oh, of course.
Oh, boy, that's a good joke right there. That's one for the history books.
Enough goofing, please.
What day are we on, Thursday?
No, we haven't discussed Wednesday.
Well, what was there to discuss? They're just talking on their beautiful orange couch.
Dr. Jeff's manly, chiseled face on the left side. Looks like a boxer. Looks like someone broke his nose in several different places.
I'm wondering if, like, Dr. Jeff, you know, he goes to, like, that peace village in Vietnam and helps out with people every once in a while.
Yeah.
But I wonder what he did that moved him to be so charitable, like, in his previous life.
Yeah.
I mean, that face tells a lot of story. It's seen a lot of shit.
Look at the size of his neck. Look how thick that thing is. It's almost as thick as his head.
He's built like a pro wrestler.
Oh boy. No, he's gonna
Like in this,
go ahead.
in the second panel there, look at that broad chest.
I know he's
He's like twice as wide as Mary.
got it going on.
I don't know. You know, little while back, Jeff proposed to Mary. Why did she say no?
Ugh.
She's got this beefcake around her all the time.
All right.
My
Thursday.
face is getting kind of hot thinking about Dr. Jeff.
Oh, you better move on to the next day.
Thursday, Fishface Mary says, I don't like to write off anyone. People who seem set in their ways can turn around.
I admit it happens. I've seen it at work. For example, a workaholic patient recovers from a serious illness and gains appreciation for more balance.
Or a self-centered person living an unconscionable life realizes she has to change. Doop, doop, doop. Nola.
That's a picture of Nola, just smiling.
This is my favorite part this week, because when I looked at that little picture of Nola, I imagined this little laugh in my head, just this little, like a little mean, like, almost like Salacious Crumb. Like,
And is it me, or did Mary turn into a white version of the chief from Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? In that first panel there.
oh my god, you're right. Come on, Gumshoes,
Come on,
we gotta find
Gumshoes.
Nola Wolfenstein.
Oh no. Seriously, what is going on with her face?
I've
Scary.
noticed, like, yeah, her eyes are a little too close together and a little too big, and they're not quite pointing the same way.
It's scary.
I don't like it.
Jeff's face in the second panel.
That's like my favorite thing, the big, meaty Maryworth face.
It looks like if you were talking, you'd be going kind of like, hello, Mary. His mouth doesn't look like it's good open.
Eric, I think you just broke me.
Hello, Mary.
How are you?
It's like a creepy little doll face. Ugh.
Look at those eyelids, man. Like, even if you tried, you couldn't chew through those things.
Oh, man.
Chewing through an eyelid.
All right. Friday, I guess. Now, it seems like they're yelling out the window as loudly as they possibly can.
It's my money and I want it now!
Wait, who's saying what anyway? We gotta analyze this.
I'm going to say, since it almost seems like it's Dr. Jeff speaking first, because they're kind of doing a thing where they're finishing each other's sentences.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. All right.
Like they've known each other for so long.
Yep. Want me to start off?
Yo, yeah, by all means, please.
Life feels like a constant self-improvement course. Sometimes.
With some of us flunking out more than others. I can't do the... With some of us flunking out more... I can't do the voice while yelling.
No, I'll just yell. That's fine.
Well, I already did it like 1.5 times yelling.
Good enough.
You know who I sounded like when I was trying to do the Maryworth voice?
Yeah.
Well, let's not be silly. the Mad Hatter.
Yep. All right, continuing on.
Hopefully there's another chance to take the test.
If you're referring to second chances, a person's giving only so many in a lifetime.
Like, now here's what we should really pay attention to here. Who in the hell talks like this?
Yep.
Like, okay, no commentary, no jokes. Let's just read these two panels like you and I are having a conversation.
All right.
You start.
Oh. Sam, you know, life feels like a constant self-improvement course sometimes.
Yeah, with some of us flunking out more often than others. Hopefully there's another chance to take the test.
If you're referring... Sam, I don't know, but if you're referring to the chances a person is given only so many in a lifetime.
This... I had trouble doing that. And I'm reading it.
It's very confusing.
They need their speech chips recalibrated.
So is everyone and Mary worth a robot? Is that what you're saying?
Not a robot, Eric, an android.
Oh.
And don't make me get into the differences between the two.
I won't open that can of worms.
No, sir. Because I will go on all day, and this will be the new podcast for What It's Android. And nobody wants that.
All right. Friday.
I have hope that even the worst of us can redeem ourselves.
You have a lot of faith in people, Mary. Look at me. Look how handsome I am. I'm Dr. Jeff.
Gleam. I've seen unlikely people turn their attitudes around. So who are we to say it doesn't happen?
Those are some wise words.
Now, Joe's done something very artful here, I think. And many times I like to think that the artist in a comic kind of plays the role of a director in a film.
Yep.
Mary has taken a quarter turn toward the audience.
Yes.
She's addressing us.
there was a camera change. She turned to look at us.
She's addressing us, and we're supposed to sit back and we're supposed to say, really, who are we?
Yes.
People just need that trigger.
We have to reflect. She's going to start soliloquying at us in a second.
Jeff's just going to leave the room, and Mary's just going to keep talking by herself.
And the whole room goes dark, and there's just spotlight on Mary. Hi. Hi, I'm Mary Worth.
The house lights come up, and people are, rolling cameras out, and you hear the director go, "That's a wrap, people!" Hey, I'm Mary Worth. Hello, I'm Mary Worth.
I've seen unlikely people turn their attitudes and their lives around. I've also seen a man get drunk and drive off of a cliff.
She didn't see that.
Or did she?
She saw it in her crystal ball.
Can say, "Oh no," as he goes careening into a pit.
Into a gorge.
Great.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Hope is necessary in every condition. William Samuel Johnson.
Oh boy.
I think I'm going to do every Sunday like that.
Okay, that sounds good.
Like Saul who became Paul, I have seen the light, and I'd like to point something out.
Yeah.
The first two panels of Mary Worth don't appear in all newspapers.
Yeah. Oh wow,
Imagine,
really?
Yeah. Some newspapers have more space allotted to their Sunday comics.
Huh.
So some are 3 tall and some are just 2 tall. So the top 2 panels are called the throwaway panels. I always like to see if I can figure out what's going to happen in the strip just by reading the first 2 panels. Like Saul who became Paul, I have seen the light, and that's your Mary Worth for Sunday.
That's it.
It's over. See you Monday. No, I am sorry.
Do you believe this guy?
Ah, jeez.
Can you even believe it? Mary, look at this.
Those crocodile tears.
I think I'm getting the proper the emotion off of that.
Jeff is he's fed up. Do you believe this guy?
All right, go ahead.
I don't know about Johnny Thomas, but I believe people can be compelled to truly change. I'd like to believe there's always hope for a person who's dared to wake up and change their ways. An epiphany can be triggered by even a seemingly minor incident. It's very individual. Look at her face there.
I know.
It's Like, she's just got... Her mouth is just kind of hanging open, and she's kind of gazing off into the middle distance. But whatever precedes it, redemption's always possible. Even for those of us who've traveled the lowest of roads. Boop, boop, boop. Nola.
Hello.
Hey, it's me, Nola.
You remember me?
I'm gonna go steal somebody's shoes.
And that's what we call a callback.
Yes. Maybe if you didn't get that reference, you should go back and listen to the first episode of For What It's Worth. Now available on YouTube and Tumblr.
So it's not on iTunes, because this is a piece of crap.
Oh, yeah. I think you have to pay money to be on iTunes, don't you?
Yep.
When that Mary Worth money starts rolling in, we'll be on iTunes for sure.
Of course. Hey, does the cross keep switching sides?
It keeps switching sizes.
I think it keeps going from different sides of Johnny Thomas there.
I do know that the flowers have been in different positions since Sunday. Last Sunday.
God damn it. Also,
maybe they're cleaning him out. This is his last hurrah. He's being ousted from the church.
Yep. Also, I really enjoy the blue and yellow colored panel of Dr. Jeff contemplatively drinking out of his cylinder there.
I like to think that what's going through Jeff's mind right there is, here she goes. Better get comfortable.
Here we go again. Another one of her... Another one of Mary's speeches.
Why did I have to open my big
Slurp,
mouth
slurp.
about Johnny Thomas?
Slurp, slurp.
This paint is delicious.
That's what he's doing. He's just kind of sipping gently at it.
He doesn't have anything else in the glass but some ice. And he thinks it'd be rude to get up and get something else, but he just really doesn't want to.
He's just pantomiming drinking at this point.
And you know what happens when you do that? Like the ice kind of slides forward in the cup and it hits you in the nose, and it's a bad scene for Dr. Jeff right here.
Yep. So what they don't show is that hours have passed since they started watching this on TV, and Jeff's just getting really bored.
Mary has it on a DVR.
Just on a loop.
And she just looks over at him and goes, "Let's watch it again, shall we?" Yes, Mary, as he looks down at his shoes.
So, do you believe this guy, or... Yeah?
Yeah, he's trying to, figure out why. As I would be, too. Why would... if I were at somebody's house and we were watching a televangelist on TV, at every opportunity I would be saying, so why are we watching this? Do you believe this guy?
I don't know.
I
just noticed Jeff squinting in the middle panel. He's just really trying to get a good feel for Johnny Thomas.
He's got his mouth set in a little concentrating frown.
He's just going, "Who are you? Who is Johnny Thomas?"
I feel like I know him. Jeff makes a mental note. He's made a new enemy.
Yep. Alright, so I guess that's it.
That's it. That's the week.
That's the whole thing.
So, predictions for next week.
I really don't know. We haven't seen Nola at all this week.
I know.
Is she done? We're going to see more of Nola? We're going to see, the conclusion of what she's going to do?
I think the only thing that Nola can do to redeem herself is turn herself in.
Yep.
But on the same token, I imagine that if she does turn herself in, there will be no repercussions because she was honest.
Yep.
I framed Dan Smithers for embezzling and I cheated on my boyfriend. And then, like, you know, the police that show up to arrest her for fraud are just like, well, we'll let you go this time because you were honest. It's like a little kid that gets caught stealing a candy bar.
Yes.
Like Nola's dad takes her to the police station. Now tell the officer what you did. Teach her a lesson.
And then they just give Dan Smithers his job back, but he's a horrible alcoholic now.
His wife's left him. His kids don't want anything to do with him. He can't clear his name.
But, oh well, at least he got his job back.
Good for him.
When he's not sleeping on the job from being hungover.
Oh, man, maybe Nola's gonna, like, look Dan Smithers up and, like, rap with him, you know? Like, she comes into the room and turns the chair around backwards and, like, sits with her arms on the back of the chair. She's like, I've learned something, Dan.
It's gonna be an exciting week.
I'm sure, because this week was thrilling.
Oh, it was great. Do you remember that time that Mary said that people can change their ways if they want to?
Which one? Because it happened 4 or 5 times.
That was all of them. They were all my favorite.
My favorite part was every time Nola's face appeared in a thought balloon and when Dr. Jeff took a drink.
I think that panel, Jeff drinking, is my favorite this week. Or Dr. Chiselface from Wednesday, where he looked like he got punched in the nose.
That is a good face.
God damn it.
God damn handsome Dr. Jeff.
Oh man, look at him.
What a lucky guy.
All right.
Like he won the genetic lottery.
He totally did.
So are we done here?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. I'm going to do some thank yous to people.
All right, go ahead.
I'd like to thank Wanders from Mary Worth and me for featuring our first episode on his blog. We got some listeners and some nice comments, and if you would like to continue listening to us, please do so. I'd like to thank the Aquabats and the Beach Boys for the music that we use without permission. Nobody tell on us because we don't want to get in trouble.
We don't have any money. But and also it's the robot Beach Boys, so I think we're okay.
Oh yeah, it's the robot Beach Boys, so that should be okay. But please, nobody tell on us to the Aquabats. They're superheroes and they'll beat us up.
All right. So
this has been For What It's Worth. I'm Sam.
I'm Eric. And remember, kids, don't judge a book by its cover.
And this has been your week in Mary Worth. For What It's Worth.